Hello, good afternoon, good Saturday, happy Saturday, and all that jazz. Today we're going to continue on with my Commander Shadowsun commission for someone. And I hope you'll join me and have a good time with me. I've done most of the actual painting work on the model. I did freehand of the Tau text because there is no transfer sheet that is yellow, and the box art says yellow, and the person who commissioned this requested a box art Shadowsun, so they're getting a box art Shadowsun, and they're so I've done most of the painting on Shadowsun herself. I just need to do the drones. What I should have done really is do those first, so I could have gotten the recipe on something a bit easier, but we got there in the end. Pardon me for eating fruit while I'm here, it's quite warm. I'm just going to turn the AC on, 1 second. I have returned. Apologies for the AC noise. If it comes through, it shouldn't be too bad, I hope. Put her here for a moment. So I need to finish setting up my wet palette, but I figured if I do the shade first on the... So I've been doing the basing, but I'll do the skulls, and then I'll do the shade, and then I'll give it a dry brush, and then I'll go on to do the bases for the other two. I may need to grab a grey as well. I've got a grey. Cool. How is everyone doing today? I hope it's going well. It's very warm here today. I decided to... well, I wanted to take my dog out for a walk, which I did, but it was very hot, so I just stayed to the forested area rather than him being off the lead, and tried to keep him a bit cooler than it, than he normally would have gotten. God, I love mango. So tasty. Tastiest fruit. Whoa! 18 months of a mod, that's kind of crazy. I barely thought... I didn't even realise I'd been streaming for 18 months, jeez. How are you doing today? Time has gone so quickly, it's a little bit silly. I've just noticed there's a load of gun shells on the floor here as well, so I'll have to put like a bronze or something on that before I do the all over shade. 18 months. Good heavens. Kill Snowy and Thunder dropped a 6-year sub last night. Holy moly. Six years. Yeah, I'm alright. I am alright. It's very warm here today, which I normally don't really mind, but I wanted to take the dog out for a nice walk, and he's just been to the groomer yesterday, so I didn't want to take him for a swim because he gets extremely dirty when he goes in muddy water. So didn't want to do that. And he's always very disappointed if we're near water and he's not allowed in. So it makes me feel a little bit bad, but he's alright. Yeah. Looking very summery, yeah, I know. Yeah, it's been bonkers hot, and I figured why the heck not. I'm still wearing shorts underneath it because thigh chafe and stuff, but it's flowy, it's summery, and it's nice. Thank you for the sub, Zach. I really appreciate it. Warm. Yes, it is. It is warm here too. I am very, very glad to have the AC. Cooler there today? Nice. Yeah, it was cooler here yesterday. It was like, oh, we've had the crazy heat. It was really muggy yesterday. Cooler, but really muggy. So I really thought we were going to get a thunderstorm. And I spoke to my mum, and normally they get the weather that we have. They get that a day later. And she said she'd had thunderstorms in the afternoon. I was like, oh, I guess we're not getting some thunderstorms then because they've already passed us by. But apparently we're getting storms on Monday or something like that. Bit weird, but yes, warm. Warm indeed. Portable AC is the carry. Nick, I dropped Nick off earlier because a couple of his work friends were doing a pub crawl in Felixstowe. I know, it's a commission. Commander Shadowsun has arrived in Canada. The Catan Shard of the Nightbringer has arrived in Canada yesterday. So I can... and has been very well received, which is very nice. Nearly finished. I mean, I need to do the drones on these, but I figured I'll do the... as I nearly finished Shadowsun herself. So I thought I'll do the base, and I think while I'm doing her base, I might as well do their bases too. Can't believe you traded us. Yeah, I know. They're such cool models though. Like, I completely understand that people want to play Tau or want to collect Tau because they are genuinely really, really cool. Very pretty, very fun to paint. So I fully get it. As long as they don't behave like Tau players, they're alright. Happy customer? Yes, happy customer. Sent me, they're obviously they're in Canada, so he's like different time zone, but when I went to bed last night I had a message saying that parcel had arrived, model is like arrived safely, which is nice. I packaged it up with enough bubble wrap to keep my my nan's fine china safe, but yeah, you still worry when it has to travel that far. It's like, whew, so many opportunities, or so many ways things can go wrong with it. But yeah, it did not. It all went right, which was nice. And yeah, they seemed happy, so that makes me happy. Meant that I could post about it on Instagram, which was quite nice. I'll have to upload it on my website later. And then yeah, just add it to the pile. But yeah, I thought I'd work on Shadowsun, because I'm getting to the point where it's close to being completed. Like, the drones shouldn't take too long, because I now have the recipe down, and shouldn't take too long to get that get them painted up, and then they can go back to the customer there. He wants them done before July, so I have time, but I have other projects that need to be finished as well. I've got a large commission for dispatch that I need to do. I need to finish my academy project, so yeah. Yeah, that's it, but that was like, it's such a fragile model as well, so I bottom of the box had, you know, the really weird like layered paper that sort of like it's like torn in ways so that it shock absorbent. Put that in the bottom, then bubble wrap down the sides, up all around, then wrap the model in bubble wrap, put that in there, put bubble wrap around the edges so it couldn't slide, because I put it like diagonally in the box, then more bubble wrap on top, and then another layer of the paper protection. So, in theory, like, that should be enough, but like you say, all it takes is one person to drop kick it across the warehouse, and it's, yeah. Sorry, I really love mango. I went to the shops after dropping Nick off for his pub crawl. He's not actually pub crawling, but he his colleagues are here in Felixstowe, and they're doing a pub crawl. So Nick went to meet up with them for a drink. God, this pot doesn't even close anymore. And I was like, you don't want to walk in this heat, let me drop you off, because he always drops me off and stuff if I need to go somewhere, so I thought I should really return the favour. Just missing a suspension system, yeah, exactly. I genuinely, like, I thought, if this doesn't survive the journey, I know that I've done everything that I feasibly could have done to protect it. So fragile sticker on the outside and fragile tape around it. Like, I know that that's in a way a bit of a challenge sometimes. Like, ooh, fragile, you say? Let's see how we can absolutely destroy this before it gets. Let me move my white model before I start splashing brown paint around. You can do pop crawl without losing the run of yourself. Oh yeah. It's, yeah. I think they'll be all right. I just know that it's not something that Nick really likes doing, that kind of stuff. But he did want to see some of his colleagues that he hasn't seen in a while, because they shuffled the whole department around again. So the people he was sat close to for like 6 months and had a load of fun with, he hasn't seen those in ages, so he was like, should really go and see if and yes, I know I'm using a knife to God, there's no way that I'm going to get this clean now, but the pot just won't close anymore. It's like, all I need to do is, Oh, it's actually sort of closing now. Well, I'll keep it like that. I'll have to buy a new one at some point. Right. I needed a... No, I lied. It's popped open again. I needed a bronze. For the brass is alright. Whatever tool works best is a tool for the job. Yeah, true. But when you're trying to do something quickly and doing it with a knife, it's one of those questionable decisions. A hammer it is then, yeah, exactly. I'm just gonna slap a little bit of brass on here before I cover the lot in Agrac's Earthshade. How are you doing, Johan? You alright? What are you up to at the moment? Are you painting anything? Or are you taking a break? How is life treating you? Right, that is the brass. A few bits over here. You're right, playing PlayStation most of the morning, then your parents gave a free visit, and now it's 4 PM and you're back in front of the telly. Oh no. The hammer works if you want to open paint and decorate the wall in fun fashion. Oh man. The first time after I cleaned my Infinity airbrush, I didn't screw the nozzle back on tightly enough, and that caused a really weird backflow thing to happen in the cup. So I pressed the trigger and it just went over the wall, which was really fun. I still have like grey smears. It gets the paint out of the lid. It does, yes. It does. Doesn't get the lid back onto the pot though afterwards, which usually is the goal, but cool. Right. Agrac's Earthshade. Also spreads the lid into many, many pieces, yes. This is bonkers. It's so dry in here at the moment that like the paint on my palette is drying. My shade is drying. Which is nice in a way, but also not, obviously. It's very difficult to reattach the lid when it's laying over there. Yes, exactly. Over there, the ceiling. Yes. Careful with the shade flow. Don't splash it on the white model. We don't want that. We really don't want that. What are you up to today, Darth? Are you doing anything or trying to stay out of the heat? I don't actually know how hot it is in Ireland, so I don't know how bad it is. You go over there while I splash some shade on these. You said it was slightly cooler, but I don't know if that means still boiling, but just not sweating your tits off, or if it's actually tolerable. God, I hate the feeling of paint on... Oh, actually shivers. Paint on painter's tape. Masking tape. Oh, horrible, horrible. 21 degrees, very humid. Ooh. Muggy. Muggy. Yeah, it was really stuffy here yesterday. It's been alright today. You're currently researching whetstones with your Japanese kitchen knife is dull as fuck and you want to do it right. Also planning out and using AI. I know, I can't roll. To plot out a Studio Ghibli themed half-leg sleeve. Oh, nice. 17. Oh, that's pretty good. Ed, how you doing? You alright? You're not the one who needs to draw it. As long as you put the characters and the things, the themes you want in the right place, the artist can then make a drawing out of it, right? You just have to position things. I've been very tempted by those round rolling sharpening things, because I have one of those really shitty drag your knife through sharpeners, which just with time just fucks your knife. Fortunately, I only have cheapish knives, but ooh. Oh, sick! Oh, that's amazing. You saw Jace earlier, he was carrying a TV. Asked him if he needed help carrying the plasma. He said, sod off his skin. Thinking the same, you really don't get a cheap roller one, and whetstones are still best overall. Yeah, I just know that I don't have the patience for it. I watched some knife sharpening guy on Instagram a while ago, and it just takes so much time, and the noise, the sound it makes, it's like, oh. But yeah. If you have a good knife, you should look after it and get a good whetstone. Right. That should be dry enough to dry brush now at least. I'm having to be so careful. Everything I do is so close to this bloody white model. You'll have to let me know what you, which one you go with in the end, Death. Because yeah, it's been something that I've been meaning to look into, but hasn't been high enough up on my list of priorities. Okay. I know this is more of an overbrush than anything else, but I have to admit, I'm quite happy with how this is coming out. It's it was a challenge, the white, so I'm glad it's working out. Currently looking at a company that ships from the Netherlands. Ooh. If you if there's a specific one you want, I can have a look. I'm going to the Netherlands in June. Actually, it might be better off just buying straight from the Netherlands. Because if I post it to you, you'll have import duty from the UK, where if you buy it from the Netherlands, you'll be fine because it's EU. There's a company in a shop next to where the shop that I used to work at is, and they specialize in sharpening, excuse you, in knife sharpening and stuff like that. Google them now, see what I can remember. Yeah, exactly. You can hello? Oh yeah, I remember now. They're called Meesterslijpers on the Kinkerstraat. People send their knives there and they sharpen them and they send them back. quite weird. Really? That's cringe. What did I want to do? Like, do not just buy local. Oh, that's annoying. Would you be able to post them? It's a bit cringe if you live in the same town and they're there, but... Weird of them not to be open on the weekend. Like, so many people, like, work 9 to 5. What? I sort of did. Like, normally we have a nice big pot of this stuff. It's like a... it's essentially PVA glue, but mixed with, like, grit and stuff. We ran out of the big pot, so we had to, unfortunately, get a little one, because the shop that we... our local store had them on back order. So, we had to have to be patient for that to arrive. Because we want to support local. Just to follow the box art, it needs to have quite a light base. This has a few bits of brass on it. Now that is annoying. Tiny piece of cork broke when I dry brushed a bit too vigorously earlier. which is fine. I'll just touch it up, but I have no idea why it's reddish. It has no right to be reddish in there. Oh, the feeling of that. Horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Okay, now okay. Okay, okay. I don't hate that. Don't know what I did, but well, I do know what I did, obviously, but message from Nick. On my way home now, I had 2 beers, so I'll have to sober up. in my group chat with, I know, two beers, he is wasted. He is staggering home. I'm in a group chat with the owner of the local hobby store and one of the main commission painter for the store. And one of them, Nivian, wow, there he is. Two beers. Oh my god, he's wasted. And as I looked at my phone from Nick's message, there was a message preview from one of them saying, "God, you're so horny," and I was like, "The fuck?" Opened it up. There's a photo of the owner of the local gaming store with two like demon horns on him. Jesus. Well, well, well. Thur. Are you allowed to walk here with that swagger? Swagger. I know, right? Stagger swagger. Did you have a good time? Because you've only been there for 2 hours. Were they off to the next pub and you were like, no thank you, ma'am. I have had quite enough. There'll be many sore heads tomorrow, the rest are only just starting. God. And in this heat. Ugh. We discovered a while ago that Lidl do a really nice blood orange cider. And that it's 4 cans for $2.99, I think. Like, dirt cheap, little cheap. And it's so nice. It drinks like lemonade. It was good. You were only going to go for one drink, but it was good vibes, so you stayed for another. Oh, bless you. Could have stayed for a third. Japanese lemon sour you love. Yes, you said about do a ton of flavors. You just recently found a place selling the peach ones. Oh. That sounds amazing. Yeah. Exactly that. It's like, oh, nice. It's nice. Sometimes when the vibes are right. And I was telling people earlier that you went, and that you're not really the pub crawl kind of person, but that you enjoy meeting up with people, and that you haven't seen a few of those or really been able to speak to them for a while. So it's quite nice that you could. So I completely... Yeah. I'm glad you went. Right, I think what I'll need to do is I will need to give this a varnish. And then I want to say it's basically there, which is quite nice. Putting a little bit of off-white on these skulls. A little bit of like bony color. Even though they're dusty and old, they have a little bit more definition, which is what we're looking for. And then, yeah, I think let me just touch up this tie. Her hair. In fancy Dutch. In Dutch, her hair is haar. And it also, haar also means hers. So you can, in theory, have a sentence that says haar, which is her hair. If you're fancy Dutch, they turn it into her hair, her hair. And every time I see haar written down somewhere, I think her hair. I can't really not. I know it's bad. It's not even funny. That's it. Right, drones. Drones. Ah! I'm using my my mango on my tissue paper. Right, let's see how good or bad I am at replicating a paint scheme. That took way too long on the first model. I have 3 more bites of fruit, and I'm all fruited out. Oh, there you are. You're a good boy. Oh gosh. Don't lay on my airbrush hose, buddy. I'll put it to the side, shall I? Good boy. Dog very much asleep on top of my airbrush hose, and when he rolled over, the airbrush hose went with him. Like normally if I were to paint white, I wouldn't really paint white. Because you've got nowhere to go. Once you've painted white, you can't highlight it anymore. It can't go any brighter than it already is. I've got like 16 different colours of white, but that doesn't really make it any better. But because it's box art, I can't really not. If that makes sense. Like if it said I would like box art paint scheme, but do it your way, that would have been a different story, and I would have done a lot more with the airbrush, a lot more volumetrics, use a lot more greys, possibly some blue greys for the recesses. And go all volumetric on the thing, but instead what we're doing is going, I mean I've got two shades of white on my palette at the moment, which I will keep using. And I will panel line every sharp corner. For which the panel liner that Zach gave me was incredibly useful. When I'm painting white, I should really should have a black background rather than this white on white. I'm actually a bit cold. I'm going to change the temperature on the air conditioner. Can I reach without unplugging or rolling over Nick's airbrush cable hose thing? No, I can't. Careful there. It's a bit annoying because I know that box art is photoshopped. But I still want to get this to look as close as possible. was grabbing a sanding stick because I noticed a little rough edge. Hi Jet, how's it going? Good. How are you doing today? Is it hot where you are, or is it all right? $18 degrees and raining. Oh, okay. I know some people who would kill for that at the moment. I really like the heat, as long as I don't have to like be in the office for it. Obviously work doesn't have AC, so one of the guys brought in like one of these standing oscillating fans, which helps a bit if we put the yeah, we just put the back door and the front door open against each other to get a bit of a breeze. But today the weather's been quite nice. I've actually enjoyed it. I did a little dog walk. Another 12 would be ideal. So you're a hot weather enjoyer. I think 23 degrees is like my perfect temperature, provided it's a bit breezy. Like if I don't have to do anything, and if I can sit in the garden with a paddling pool for the dog, and like no responsibilities, no cleaning to do, no housework to do, then it can be quite hot, and I really enjoy it. But I don't like it when it's when I have to do stuff. You like a bit of breeze with the heat? Yeah, I think most people do. I think most people actually quite enjoy the heat, provided it's not oppressing. But in the UK, the heat is just almost immediately disgusting. There's very little you can do against it. Houses are not built for heat, so it's all brick, and they all retain the heat like they're meant to, because they're supposed to hold in the heat in the winter. But in the summer that just means suffering. And almost no one has AC because, well, we're not supposed to have actual heat. I always find it really funny when got Americans like posting videos saying, "Oh my god, these poor English people. We've been joking about it, about them complaining about the weather for so long. But now that I'm here, I can tell, like, this is not normal heat. You can't escape it. No one has AC, it's the worst." I think Nick just came home. I can hear rustling, and the dog is like, "Ooh, that sounds like Dad." Hope he doesn't hurt himself cooking. Nah, he's not drunk. He's had 2 beers. But it's funny to joke about. I've also turned into a massive lightweight. I used to be able to hold my drink quite well, but I just don't drink anymore, and hangovers it's just not worth it anymore. Good morning, Dagamad. How are you doing? Elbow and brown paint, lovely. What are you up to today, Dagamad? You alright? Little tired. I had a nightmare fridge swap yesterday. Oh god. What, for yourself? Fridge at your house, or? And why was it a nightmare? I mean, a fridge swap is never fun to begin with, obviously. But I am now curious what caused it to turn into a nightmare. Your door was updated since the last fridge. The fridge you bought was... Oh no! Did you get it in the end? Did you have to take the door off the hinges? You wanted to have to swap the fridge out? Oh no. Yeah, that is a nightmare then. I'm sorry, that is crap. So you were stuck with your old fridge, or you're now stuck with your old fridge until they can deliver the new one, or... God, that's horrible. Can't believe that fridge actually being 1 centimeter too wide for the door frame. That is rubbish. So the same day, it's kind of like 11 PM when you got it. Still need to take the house door off, the hinge got bent. Ugh, God. Is it a really nice fancy fridge though? Like, are you at least very happy with it? Oh, it's quite nice. Good. Good. Worth the nightmare then, but could have done without. I'd quite like to get a new fridge at some point, but yeah. That now sounds like a nightmare. The fridge section is better than the last one, but the freezer's a little less than you wanted. You picked the first one for a reason, yeah. Disappointed. Home now? Nice. I heard you come home 5 minutes ago, but must have been an intruder. Have you sobered up from your walk? Oh, okay, that was you. Cool. Feeling those 2 pints, an embarrassing amount. Oh, bless you. Pints are not small though. And it's hot. And you haven't had lots of other things to drink today. Just make sure you sober up enough before you do any edge highlighting tonight. I couldn't imagine possibly driving now. You're yeah, but there's nothing wrong with that. I like that you're a lightweight. Makes you a cheap date. Nice when you pocket love it, yes. Slopping on this white paint very thinly because I learned my lesson. Don't touch until it's fully dry. Ooh, Death playing Final Fantasy. So much fun. Decided you're playing it every Friday with Snowy for the next while. You had you in PvP, no clue what I was doing, but it was a laugh. Oh, nice. I didn't even know there was a PvP version or a PvP option in Final Fantasy. Stop that Endwalker, so now you're up to the last end, but up to MSQ. Oh, nice. Getting there. How much is there left for you then, Nick? Final Fantasy sure does love its cutscenes. You have a lot of cleanup left to do, but you need to catch up your sleep before you go to work this afternoon. Decisions. Go have a nap? Just for like an hour or so? You're covering a shift for someone today, and after work you have to go meet your wife who's going to a friend's DJ event. Ooh, that sounds kind of fun. Or sounds like it could be kind of fun, let's put it that way. Depending how good the DJing is. Cutscenes are cool. You had 46 last night and not quite at the buying all the content phase, but once you get there you buy the expansions you need, but you're still having fun. Oh, nice. I don't really have the patience for the cutscenes. Whenever I was playing it, I always had like another show on my other monitor, and Nick was like, why are you sitting through the cutscenes and not watching them? Why are you sitting here with the cutscenes playing, not watching them? Why aren't you skipping them? Marquis, how are you doing? Or Marquium. You spoil me, sir. How are you doing? You're gonna go crash? No worries, Dagomad. I hope you feel better or more well rested afterwards. stop touching it. White is such a finicky color to paint. And because the pigments in white paint are so large, it is really easy to turn the paint quite grainy. You can add a really nice smooth coat, but if you touch it after it's been applied while it's half dry, you end up with horrid streaks, and we don't want that. We don't want that one bit. I don't know if you can tell, you probably can actually, the difference between these two whites. They both show as white on the pot. But I'm using one as a recess color and the other one is the main white, if that makes sense. And then I'll give it all a satin varnish, and then I'll be able to put my panel liner on, and that will make a big difference. Right, here we go. Smooth, one coat. I can actually freaking feel it struggle, Jesus. I don't know if it's because it's so warm. Actually, I've got the AC on in here, so shouldn't be. Next time we go to the store, I'd like to get some white spray paint just to try for signs. Yeah. I suppose. I just didn't like the idea of just rattle canning it. And with how white the box art is, I couldn't just use like Darcy Bono's scheme with the wash on top either. dry already. It's so hard to see as well under the light. What is still white and what is like sometimes it looks like, oh, I haven't put any paint there, but it's just a shadow from something. Interesting process though. Hi Panic, how you doing? You solve the problem with the hairdryer, you connect it to a foot switch. Ooh, that's clever. You mount a hairdryer on something and... If you have to blend, it's amazing. Yeah, I bet. I often find myself with my brush in my mouth and... just sort of juggling hairdryer and model and... So is your hairdryer like mounted on your desk or something then? Yeah, I'm alright. I'm alright. It's a weekend, that always helps. I'm painting, that also helps. Ah, clever. I still need to get a mount for my camera. Hang that off the ceiling at some point. Bit like Johnny Jeans' setup. Send an Instagram short video. Oh, thanks. I have to have a look. Oh, that's amazing. Look. That's fantastic. Yeah. That's great. Hi Paint, how you doing? Oh, posture check. Oh, and a hydrate. Thank you. Did the posture check make a sound for you guys? It didn't for me. Ooh, that cracked between my shoulder blades. Nice. Do not like this, but Seems to be the only way. To get a smooth coat. This is a very large panel too. Need to get a smooth coat on. Okay, cool. So we have weapon, we have one with lenses. Ooh. Sure, why not? Why not put white on the black? I really need to take these guys outside so I can actually see what they look like in daylight. Because I feel like this desk light is not giving me an accurate representation of what it actually looks like. I have a feeling that it looks smoother in daylight. Okay. Sorry, George, you're okay. You can stay there. If you don't mind the hose. You're a good boy. Yeah. We have a satin mix already. I'm gonna just gonna go grab. Careful with the tail. Yep. I think it's time I get a new headset at some point. It's beginning to like fray around the ear caps and stuff, and oh balls. The IPA on the other desk. Just keep rolling, rolling, rolling. Epa! Right. A little bit of thinner in my airbrush before I put the satin in. Giving this a quick satin varnish coat because I want to put some panel liner on here in a minute, and that flows better if it has something to smooth. All you see is nothing. It's because it's all white. Right. A few drops of IPA in there. Blast that through, and then I will put some matte varnish on Shadowsun itself. Okay, this is a mix of a quarter matte varnish, a quarter satin varnish, and half thinner. So it flows nicely and does everything it needs to do. Let me spray the rest of that on the base here. So we have a good baseline. Drop the rest out. Oh, got a bit of a IPA. Clean my pretty. Let's quickly clean the airbrush, because we don't want to have a varnish clog in here. That'd be horrible. We're stretching. 2 seconds. Just dipping out my the IPA. Cool. That'll do. This, I think, I can nearly call done. Just not. Oh God. Ugh. Blame me. Using the same brush that I fucking just dipped in my IPA and then licking it. What an idiot. Ugh. Right, let me stretch first. Redeem that. Thank you, Panic. Nice. Oh. I might. No one's gonna. Cool. Eternally? No. Eternally +1, duh. Did you not go to primary school? Literally the easiest thing to beat. It's just +1, mate. Mate. Only a cis dealt an absolute, yeah. That's true. Plus Graham's number. Ooh. I don't know who or what the Graham's number is, but that sounds like a number. Hello? Don't make a mess. Why are you moaning? Yeah, you have paint thinner in a drawer. You can just use a paint thinner. Duh. It's like, I know. But the less I have to clean up, the better. Seriously though, who or what is Graham? Or Graham's number? Is that a math problem that I've never had to deal with because I dropped maths as soon as I could? Oh, Christ alive. Bitch, it's calculus. The Graham's number holds the Guinness World Record as the largest number ever used for a mathematical solution. Jeez. Math is something so incredibly complicated to me. I've always been an alpha brain, like a languages over the beta sciences, as they call them in the Netherlands. I really struggle with, well, maths in general, and I was like, my immediate response is, like, oh, I thought that pi was an infinite number, why not just use that? But clearly, the largest number ever used, if you take 3 trillion times itself, it's still a fraction of Graham's number. Yeah, my brain just does not compute. Like, how do you even work with a number like that? It seems crazy to me. Cool. Very cool, but yeah, I always preferred languages. Much easier. And here's where math people pipe up and say, languages are not easier. They change. Math doesn't change. Pick up your brush, forget about it because that's the size of everyone's backlog combined. Yeah. Cool. Messy panel liner. Because it's not flowing. It's being a pain in the bum and just deciding to go places I don't put it. Instead of just flowing where I tell it to. Also, it turns out that apparently I'm quite messy. Alright, we'll give that a chance to dry. And then we'll go over it with some thinner. See, panel liner, this is what you're supposed to do. Just flow. Just flow, forehead. Sorry, George, I know this doesn't smell nice. But it's so useful. Even if it is a bit messy. All right. Okay. Bearded Squire, how are you doing? Welcome in. Welcome, Raiders. For those of you who are not familiar with me, I am Flo, or Black Dog, or whatever. And I'm painting. Yeah, it's going, it's going. I find painting white quite tricky. I normally wouldn't paint white in this way. But the person I'm painting it for requested specifically box art, and doing volumetrics with shades of grey and white on a box art model isn't really working. So yeah, here we are with alternative options. How was your stream, Bearded Squire? Are you alright? Did you have a good time? What were you working on? And do you have any photos you can share? Anything up on Instagram or... White definitely one of the most tricky colors. Yeah, I think it wouldn't be so bad if white didn't have such large pigments in the paint, or if white just wasn't just a finicky color to work with. But yeah, to get a smooth coat of something that doesn't want to go on smooth is quite tricky. All good. Started some Death Shroud Terminators. Nice. Looking forward to doing them. Interesting models. Nice. I haven't done any yet, so I'll have to give that a go. Why is it pale grey with true white highlights? Yeah, that's how I would normally paint it, but that doesn't work when you're doing box art. This is very much actually just white, with panel liners and stuff. So it's tricky. You have an Instagram link. Now nothing on the terms menus there. Still post your Insta in there. Happy to have a look. I don't know if I think I follow you already on Instagram. I know it's photoshopped, but I don't have that luxury, right? I still have to send that model off for someone to look at it and think, oh yeah, that looks like box art. So it's oh, that's weird. I will I'll put that in there. It's not supposed to. Nightbot is not supposed to block links. That's interesting. It hasn't done that in a long time. Paste. There we go. Let's have a little look. Yes, I am following. Good. Oh, I forgot about that flyer. Everyone, if you're not following them on Instagram yet, everyone go give Bearded Squire a follow. Also on Twitch, of course. I completely understand if you have to go, by the way, Bearded Squire. I know it's sometimes after your stream, don't really want to sit around and watch someone else stream. I'm normally quite hungry when I finish, and you have your stream admin to do and clean up and stuff, so I get it if you're not if you can't stay. I won't feel abandoned. Not too much anyway. Painting is one thing, learning to take decent miniature pictures for socials is another. Oh, 100%. Johan has been a big help for me in there. I think my Catan is probably the first one that I have pictures of, well, better pictures of, if that makes sense. So yeah, there you go. I actually, like, the day after you helped me with taking better photos, someone in our local gaming store community asked how on earth people take such nice photos, and I was like, well, let me tell you about this thing that Johan told me about. So yeah, you've actually helped a load of people already with it. If you want to know what that was, actually, by the way, Bearded Squire, it's an app called Snapseed, and exposure and oh god. Yeah, there's it is witchcraft and good lighting. Yes. Yeah, well, it was like people were like, "How do people take such nice photos?" I was like, "Well, I struggled with that until I got this person to tell me how to take decent pictures, and everyone now thinks it's wizardry." I explained about presets on your camera on Android and stuff, and how you said that like settings that you should probably try and use. And someone was said, "Oh, but what do I do with my iPhone?" And then so I was like, "Well, he's told me something about that as well." And it's like, "Best of luck if you have an iPhone. Sucks to be you." It's like, oh. Well, the app might still work. It's more the presets that for like changing ISO and stuff like that, shutter speed. You pretend to use the settings on your Android, don't really understand them. Same. It's one of those things, like, I am not into photography at all. Like, it doesn't interest me one bit. So it's quite tricky to take the time to take decent photos. I found, for the lack of a better word, shit for miniature photography, because it over sharpens every detail with its inbuilt AI in the camera. Yeah, I mean, Android does that too, to an extent, but not as bad as iPhone. I think Android likes to still up the contrast, whereas iPhones actually, like you say, over sharpen. And like, I always thought that my Harlequins just didn't photograph very well. Like, oh well, I guess I just have to live with the fact that they just look a little bit splotchy when they're on camera. And then I realized, actually, my phone is causing all kinds of unpleasantness, making them look less good than they do. Which is quite nice to find out. Yeah, I thought there was I have no idea how to do that. I don't even know how to get into like admin mode on my chat. I know it's Squidmar. Post a link. If it blocks you, I will copy it into the chat, because I can post links. Add permit and then username. Oh, okay. Okay. Paste. Oh my god. Fancy. Hey, it worked. Yes, it did. I don't really know why Nightbot has decided that links are not permitted anymore. I'll have to have a look at it. Because I had it like in like this, like blocking links originally, and then I found that too often it was just blocking people's Instagram links that I specifically asked for. So I turned it back off. Oh god. Peaches. Oh, I'll need to I will slap that in the Discord as well for those of you who are on there. There. Should be in the links really, but put it in there too. Look. Scam. Or are we scamming them? Always makes me laugh the way Squidmar's editor spells scamming. Is it a scam or are we scamming them? With one M. I think it's also funny to genuinely take offense in calling things a scam, even if they rate things. It's not a scam. Like, a lot of things aren't, like, scams. They might just not be as useful as they are made out to be, right? But they, on the scam scale, the Squidmar scam scale, they sound very scammy then. So it's, yeah, it's quite funny to me that, oh, it's not a scam. It's not a scam. It's like, no, it's not a scam, but we know it's a meme, right? They're just checking if things are useful. People love to take offense. I use that prologue, it's not a scam. I just use it. You just use it incorrectly. Yeah, I think that is not at all what we're doing here. Thank you. Thank you for your interaction with my video, though. Any kind of interaction is good when it comes to YouTube stuff. So please do comment. we're scamming them. Think about ordering pizza. Oh. Is that alright with the things that we still have in the fridge? Is there anything that's going to go out of date before we can eat it if we do that? Because pizza sounds freaking amazing. Oh, I like Tipsy Nick. He orders pizza. Pizza being involved with the question, the answer is always yes, unless it comes with bananas and curry pineapple. Oh god. Hunter chicken finance on Monday, lamb kebabs can have tomorrow. Nice. Excellent. Then that sounds like a plan. And very much so, Johan. I lived in Denmark for a while, and the way they sell slices of pizza after a night out with like salad on top with garlic sauce. It's like buying a Dutch Turkish pizza, but just a slice of normal pizza. You could add shrimp and stuff to it. It was really fucking weird, but it was great. I am very much aware of the feud between the Scandinavies. Yeah, I know. I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Italy. It's we'll just call it flatbread as a vessel to get sauces and toppings into your mouth. We won't call it Italian pizza. In the same way, like Domino's absolutely is not Italian pizza. All the typical Swedish kebab pizza. If you're ever around these parts, and best thing if it's done. Yeah, I know. This was like, yeah, basically like that, like kebab pizza with sauce and everything. In the Netherlands, if you go, like any larger city will have small Turkish places where they sell Turkish pizza. Which is essentially it's a very thin, very crispy pizza thing, way thinner even than the normal pizza. They add a really thin layer of, I guess, not even like a tomato sauce, but it's like a meat sauce, not a tomatoey. It's not as tomatoey as it could be, but it's just, it looks almost like a reddish tinted mud. Sterling mud or aka like basing paste, really thin, and then they put chopped iceberg lettuce on it, and they ask you if you want spicy sauce and garlic sauce, and you always say yes to both, and they go with like these squeezy bottles, basically like these, give you shitloads of both, roll it up, put foil around it, and you can just hold it in your hand like that, and oh man, it's so fucking good. So fucking good. You can make that Turkish pizza gluten-free. It's just not something that you can buy like that. You just have to make it yourself. You can make anything gluten-free, it's just effort. Yeah, that's true. not the same as just going after a night out, going and get a Turkish pizza for your chewing pleasure. Got kebab rolls here too as well on your way home from the bars. It's absolutely the best kebab on flatbread with Fijian sauce. Oh my god. Yeah, it's I should really get one when I go back to the Netherlands again, because I'm going in June, so only a couple of weeks. But it's never something that I normally pick up. I never normally buy that when I go back. I normally go for like all the cheeses and croquette and stuff like that, which is understandable. Because croquette is a lot harder to make than flatbread is. I'm hungry now. Damn. I ate all this fruit in an attempt to be healthy, and I had a really light, like a noodle soup lunch with an egg and some peas and things in it. And now I'm actually really friggin' angry. Angry. All the cheese, yes. Yes. Jesus. Yeah. It is a good thing Nivian's ordering pizza. He's good like that. He's a good man. He's always a good man. But he knows me very well. So him suggesting ordering pizza is more of a courtesy than an actual question, because there's not ever going to be a time where I say no. I mean, unless we've got an absolutely rammed fridge and all of the food is going to get out of date and nothing can be frozen, in which case I would say, well, that maybe not the best time now, but that's more because I don't like wasting food than anything else. The answer to pizza, question mark, is always yes. This picture video is using the same phone as me. Now I feel even more incompetent at difference in quality. It just means that you'll be able to replicate exactly what they're doing. It's handy. It just means that you know that you can get the exact quality with what you have. You don't have to blame it on your phone. It's just a matter of not using the right settings. I need to watch this video. I'll have to watch it tonight, just for my own brain. It's brain. It's Nick's turn in the garage tonight. He has a hobby hangout with a friend. Plus, I'll have painted for like 3 hours by that point, which I think. Oh, 3 hours? Oh, that's not very much. It is when you're starving. I'm not starving. I could stand to lose some weight. I just want to play Pocopia. Actually, I just want to read my book. And I do want to play Pocopia, but I mostly want to play Pocopia when Nick is in the office. I like hanging out together. Smut and degeneracy. Yeah. It's only because I finished Dungeon Crawler Carl. Otherwise I'd be reading that. Hey, I am a very well-behaved lady, okay? I can read what I want. I don't force it on anyone else. It's not like religion. Smooth. Why did this turn to Baldur's Gate bear scene? Yes. Playing Baldur's Gate. Oh, have you romanced a bear yet? Have I what? No, that's why you get oh god. That's why you get a Starion in your party, right? And the what in shock? I can't actually see what that is. Oh! See, I haven't played Baldur's Gate, and I know I should, because it's apparently amazing, but I know that I'll lose interest. I know what I'm like. It's not cute enough, so I'll be... I'll be looking for ways to entertain myself while I'm playing, and that's not good. That just doesn't work for a game like that. But yeah, I thought everyone got a Starion for romancing. Why would I romance a boy? If I have, like, hot chicks as options instead. I don't know, because he's a hot boy? There's an alien you can romance. Who's the alien? Because I feel like I've absorbed enough Baldur's Gate through osmosis from other people playing it that I sort of know names and stuff, but I don't know if it... What? Karlach? Is she the... Oh, if you've not played it, I will not say. Okay. But in case of spoilers, oh god, okay. Damn. Mass Effect, there are many alien waifus, yes. Yes, there are. Only one day, my character slept with the Emperor, Karlach, and one of the twins of the brothel. Hey, Mummy? Sorry, mummy? Sorry, what? Drones are all gold, aren't they? Let's grab. I feel like I'm missing something. I really should play that game. Now, what did I do with this really useful marker, and why is this drawer not opening? What's it got stuck in it? Oh, bases. Okay. Marker. Marker? I already know her. Carlac. Oh, okay, cool. I mean, she doesn't really look human. What, Malevola? That's my next commission piece, Malevola. Got a massive 3D printed statue of her that generic demon muscle mummy. This is such a hack, these markers for base rooms. Okay, I wouldn't use them to actually paint something with, but for base rooms they are so easy. One coat, perfect. Or it will be when it's dry. Little hack. Ooh, thank you, Zeus. It's I'll show it a bit slower. It's a commission piece for someone at my local hobby store. He wanted me to paint it in box art. So box art he gets. Considering that's the box. I feel like I've done all right. Needs to be heading out. You do hope you enjoy yourself. Oh yes, I will. I certainly will. Thank you for hanging out, Johan. It's been a pleasure, as always. And I will. I really will. Pizza. Pizza for me. Have a nice evening, Johan. I hope you have a good time. And thank you for the link. Box art doesn't render enough. How the model is awesome. You have to see it. Oh, nice. I think it's quite difficult to imitate box art exactly. Like Paint was saying earlier, Painted So. It's every single picture of box art is photoshopped. Like to the gills. So imitating what is on there is quite difficult. But yeah, I'm quite happy with how it came out, so I am not complaining. took me a bit longer than I was planning on, but I had a good time with it, so and I'm getting to the point that the drones are actually quite quick now because I've already done all the hard work on Shadowsun herself. Oh, I missed a bit of tidy up on there. Model on the box looks like flat and we don't see the volume on the box, so I would attack something around. Yeah, true. I think the problem with the box art is that it actually is white. So to imitate it rather than being able to do like volumetrics the way I would normally paint white with various shades of grey and like you can see it here, like I've done it on the drones a little bit, the grey on the underneath and stuff. It just doesn't look the same when you hold them next to each other. So considering I'm doing box art for someone, I'm like, you know what, I'll just do what will look closest to the real thing, or like the box art, while still being paintable. Looks like a Star Wars drone, yeah. No, I'm not from Australia. It's 5:30 here in the afternoon. I'm originally from the Netherlands, but I live in England at the moment. It's 5:30 in the evening here. What time is it where you are? (6:30 p.m.) Oh, Europe, nice. Former heart of the biggest empire in Earth history. You thought it was earlier. Time flies. When you're having fun, when you're suffering. Well, not when you're suffering. When you're suffering, time goes really slow. Ah, balls. That's actually black. Okay, cool. I found something that I should have painted black. I'm just looking at the box art, but I'll touch that up in a moment. Because we've got gold on the brush at the moment. Nivian, are you still in the chat or have you disappeared? That's exactly what I was gonna ask. Can you let me know when the pizza is on the way? Because I don't know what kind of time you actually said you were going to order. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to pizza. So, after doing the Catan Shard of the Nightbringer for Spond, and using the true metallic coppers on that, I'm now using the true metallic golds, and they are equally fun. Original top 5 that created Europe in the 50s. Some gold on this. Yeah, I really really like these true metallic paints. They are very silly, very metallic-y, and yeah, they just go on really smooth and really nicely. Not sponsored by Vallejo, by the way. That'd be nice though. This is supposed to be black according to the box. Mm-hmm. I need to open up the official Warhammer website and use the 3D imaging of Shadowsun. I don't know if the oh, actually, thinking about it, I don't think the drones are on there. On that picture. Annoying. I'm just painting them. Someone from my local hobby store asked me to commissioned Shadowsun, so they asked me if I could paint it for them in box art style. I don't really play at all, to be honest. I just paint. I have yeah, I've been painting for like just over 2 years now or something like that. I mean, obviously not picked up my brush for the first time 2 years ago. I have been painting like on paper and canvas for years, but most of my life actually. But yeah, Warhammer has been yeah. I love to just paint. I feel like yeah, I fully appreciate that people enjoy the game. I completely get that, but it's not for me. I don't find it very I don't find it very exciting. Just too many things to remember, too many numbers. And I just love painting. I just really love to paint, so it's quite nice that I sometimes if people ask me to paint for them, because it means that I get to branch out and do some things that I normally wouldn't try, maybe. Like, I hadn't done any Tau before, so it's been quite fun to give that a go. And yeah, I'm quite glad that I don't need to stick to a single army. Because being able to just pick up whichever model I think looks cool and then painting that is a privilege, really. And then sometimes people asking me if I'll paint something for them it's just very exciting. Makes me very happy. So yeah, but I have pizza on the way, so I am going to have a little look to see who else is about and doing any to be very careful not to accidentally press the on-off button on my keyboard. I'm gonna see if we can do a little raid because I am very hungry and we have a few people here, so we can have a look to see who is who's busy. See who we panic. Let's go there.
Betrayer go
Freaking ads before the stream. I hate it when there's ads as you come in. Anyway. Right. Righty. How are you able to do streaming and talking to people at the same time? That's bonkers. I'm gonna go raid you. That's what I'm gonna do. Thank you all very much for hanging out with me today. I've had a really nice stream. I've got a load of progress, which is quite nice. Feels pretty good. It's been nice to be here in the garage and in the AC. I can tell that my desk is getting quite dusty with airbrush dust, so I'll need to give that a clean at some point, but not now because I'm gonna have pizza. Let's go raid Panic, and oh, thank you, Bearded Squire, I appreciate it. And you as well. Everyone have a nice rest of your Saturday, enjoy your Sunday, and see you all on Wednesday, hopefully. Bye bye!